Okay, question number 15 on our Test 3 review for Math 1105. What we're asked to do is we are asked to use our graphing calculator to find the zeros, approximate them, of a polynomial function that's given. So let me do the best I can here to try to show you with the calculator and with the camera. All right? I'm going to hold the calculator. Well, I'm going to push on the calculator. Here's our function. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, I always teach my students to hit Zoom 6 to make sure that we're starting in a standard window. And then we're going to enter the function. So we're going to enter y is equal to, and then we're going to have what? X caret 4 minus sign 2x caret 3 for 2x cubed minus 5.6. Okay, that's our function. X to the 4th minus 2x cubed minus 5.6, and we're going to push the graph button. And I can see that that function has two zeros. Remember, a zero is where the graph crosses the x-axis, so there's two of them. Now, let's find the leftmost one. Okay, we're going to focus on this left one. In order to do that, what I like to do personally, see this left one? Looks to me like it's, a little bit to the left of -1. So how about I change my window? I'm going to go to my window settings, and I'm going to change my x max and my x min. I'm going to go from -2 to 0, and then I'm going to hit the graph again. See how that makes it a little bit clearer to see what you're working with? Okay, so I magnified it by changing my window settings. Now, to find that 0, I'm going to hit second function, trace, which takes me to the calculate menu. I pick option number 2, which is my 0. The first thing I'm asked to do is to enter the left bound. I'm going to use my arrow key to move my spider to the left of where the graph crosses the x-axis, and I'm going to hit enter. Now the calculator is asking me to hit the right bound, so I'm going to move my spider with my arrow key, my right arrow key, to the right of where the graph crosses. I'm going to hit enter. And then it asks for a guess, which means I'm going to actually move my spider, and I'm going to put it right on the 0 and hit enter. And there is my answer. If you look at your calculator, your 0 is approximately what? Let's write that. X is approximately a -1.20, and I think I said to approximate to the nearest thousandth, so that's the third place. So I would round up since there's a 5 after the 4. So one of my zeros, the first 0 I found, x is approximately a -1.205. Alright, and that's done with our calculator. Now what I'm going to do is hit Zoom 6, which takes me back to my standard window, and I'm going to look at my second 0, which to me looks like it's roughly between 2 and 3. So to get a better picture, I'm going to go to Window, and I'm going to change my x min to 2. I'm going to change my x max to 3, and I'm going to hit graph. And see how that does a beautiful zoom for me? It just really lets me see where the graph is. It's like I've magnified where I'm looking. Now to locate that 0, I hit second function trace, which takes me to the calculate menu. I pick option 2, which is my 0 option. It wants me to set my left bound. I've got to use my left arrow, well, I've got to use my arrow key to move this spider to the left. Now, if you picture a vertical line going through the 0, the spider has to be to the left of that line. Hit enter. Now it wants the right bound, so I'm going to use my arrow key to move to the right of that imaginary vertical line going through the 0. And then I'm going to guess by putting it right on top of the 0 and hit enter. And there's my answer. X is approximately 2.403. There we go. So those are my two zeros. X is approximately a negative 1.205, and X is approximately a 2.403.